In this video, we're going to cover the Ruby on Rails generate script for a model. So let's first go look at our cookbook application and look at the actual database for that cookbook application. And you notice I have two tables. I have a categories table and a recipes table. If we close out of this and jump over to my text editor and look at what models I have a recipe model, but I don't have a categories model. So I need to generate that model. And the way that I do it is I'm going to issue a generate model command with the name of the class that I want generated that matches up to that particular table. So let's go back and look here. You'll notice that that table is called categories with an S. So we're going to need to name our class, our model class category, so that it matches up as far as the plural versus singular. And Ruby is particular about this, so if you do it the right way, it's pretty straightforward. So we're going to say script generate model, and then since it's a class, I'm going to go ahead and capitalize the C on there and then the singular. So now I generate my model, and it goes through, creates some directories if they're not already there. So you can see the directories it says here, it's existing, so it's not going to create them. But then it creates my category.rb file, that's my model. It creates a unit test for that category model. It creates a test fixture to set up that database test, so I can go in there and add data for testing it and also what database it's going to access. And then it creates some migrate files so that as I change my database schema, I can actually just update these migrate files, which we'll cover in later videos on how to do that. Instead of creating my schema changes inside the database, I can do it here and it'll be reflected in my database from these scripts here. So now let's go over back to my text editor, take a look. And I should have a category file, and you'll notice the class is category. This means it's subclassed from an active record, the base of the active record class, so this is a subclass. There's nothing in here at the moment describing its relationship to recipe, and in later videos we'll actually go into how to create relationships between various models. This video primarily was to show you what to do in using the generate model script. Let's issue the generate model script without giving it a name, and what we'll get is, again, the help. So we can see exactly what gets generated by the generate model script, and the description gives us here what I've already stated. It creates stubs for a new model, takes a model name as an argument. It can give in camel case, which is where you have uppercase letters in where the word starts, or an underscore, but you shouldn't suffix it with model. The generator creates the model class and the models and some test suite files, as we stated. It tells you an example, or shows you an example here of how this gets generated and what gets generated.